I moved into what I thought was just another quiet suburban neighborhood until I met Karen. She's the kind of woman who thinks she runs the entire block, complete with fake HOA rules and wannabe cops patrolling like they own the place. Too bad she had no idea who she was messing with. I'm an FBI agent who doesn't take threats lightly. But what happened next? Let's just say things got a lot more intense than she bargained for. Before we dive in, let me know where you're watching from today. I woke up to a fierce pounding on my door, so loud that my windows seemed to rattle. Still half asleep, I hurried to the front hall, thinking someone might be in trouble. Through the peephole, I saw two people wearing matching uniforms with bright letters that read HOA Police. Their badges looked cheap, like something from a party store, but they stood tall and glared at me with stern faces. My heart thumped faster than it should at dawn. I opened the door a crack and said, "Can I help you?" In a calm voice, I added, "I'm an FBI agent. If you have real cause, show me proper papers." That made the tall one smirk. "Being FBI doesn't excuse you from neighborhood codes," he said. Just then I saw movement behind them. Karen, my neighbor, peered over their shoulders with a smug grin. She had always been loud and pushy, complaining about every small thing on our block. I knew right away she must have staged this little show, and my gut twisted with worry. Stepping onto my porch, I kept my voice steady. "Karen, what's going on here?" She lifted her chin. "Oh, I'm just making sure the rules are followed," she said, honeyed and false. "You can't claim special treatment because of your job." The fake officers nodded. "We have reports of strange activity in your garage," said the woman officer. I let out a tense laugh. "Strange activity? Like what?" Karen shrugged. "I heard noises late at night. Could be anything. You might be storing hazardous materials or maybe you're plotting something." My jaw tightened. "That's nonsense and you know it. If there's a real problem, I'll cooperate, but this is harassment." The tall officer pulled out a piece of paper that looked like a typed form, no seal, no signature, just words saying I was under investigation by the HOA Police. I tried to stay calm. "That's not an official document. You two have no right to barge in." Karen let out a dramatic sigh. "You sure you want to argue? I can add your refusal to the list of violations." I glared at her. "Since when does the HOA send out its own police force? We only have volunteers who check yards and paint colors." The shorter officer flashed a plastic-looking badge in my face. "We have new powers now. Step aside." I shook my head. "No. Unless you come back with real law enforcement and a valid warrant, you're not entering my home." The man took a step forward. "Don't test us." I felt my anger spike but forced it down. As an FBI agent, I knew better than to start a physical argument on my porch. Instead, I crossed my arms. "If you try to come in here, you'll be the ones facing charges." Karen smirked. "You can't threaten us. Everybody on this street knows you think you're above the rules." Suddenly my phone buzzed. My boss's name flashed. My stomach tightened. I'd never gotten a call from him so early. I told the fake officers, stepping back into my entryway, "I have to go." The tall man shouted after me, "We're not done here." Ignoring him, I answered the call. My boss's voice sounded strained. "Get to the office right now. We have a problem." My heart sank. Is this about a complaint? There was a pause. Then he said, "I'll explain in person." I hung up and walked back to the door. The two fake cops were still there with Karen towering behind them like she owned the place. "I have to go," I said. "I'll deal with this later." The woman officer shook her head. "If you leave, we'll mark you as uncooperative." Karen stepped closer, her gaze cold. "You want your neighbors to see you run away?" I sighed. Karen, this is ridiculous. You know you can't arrest me. She tilted her head. I'm not arresting you. They are. And I'm not stopping them. The male officer raised a pair of plastic zip ties as if he planned to cuff me. I had to remind myself to keep my cool. Put those down, I said. Impersonating a law officer is a crime. You know that, right? The woman officer grabbed her radio. I doubted it actually connected to any real dispatch. Karen clucked her tongue. You might want to listen. They have the power to write you up. My jaw clenched. A fake citation means nothing. The tall man waved the zip ties in my face. You want to find out if these are fake, too? At that moment I realized how far this had gone. They wanted to push me into doing something rash. It was a setup, plain and simple.